Hello, my gorgeous light beings, my healers, my star seeds, my light workers. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, The Pleiadian Priestess. Today's reading is going to be about what do people secretly think about you? How do they view you in secret? However you want to spin it is what we're going to get into. Whatever comes through, it doesn't have to be bad, doesn't have to be good, doesn't have to be amazing. You got a little bit of everything in today's reading, honestly. And bear with me. And I think group 2 or 3, I was like spacing out a little bit. I think mostly group 3. I don't know what it is lately, but I've been like, I don't know if it's I'm picking up on your guys' energy, but I have just been blanking during readings. And that's not something I usually do. It could be because I'm tired, I don't know. But I've been sleeping, so I don't know what it could be. I don't know, but I guess we'll see what comes through for your reading. I hope it resonates either way. You could always just fast forward through those parts. I did this in not in a rush, but trying to get, I like my long readings, guys. So I tried to make this as short as possible. But yeah, we're going to get into the reading. You're going to choose between group 1, 2, and 3. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people at your reading. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 1s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 1, then welcome. Stay tuned. We're going to be getting into what people secretly think about you. In their mind, where they won't tell anybody. What do they secretly think about you? So let's get right into it. Please, Spirit, for group 1, what do people secretly think about my group 1s? Please, what do they secretly think about? Wow. That flew out crazy. We have Knight of Pentacles. Slowly but surely, you're going places. I think that says it all. They think that you're going places, okay? They've seen you start from rock bottom. These cards are very talkative. They've seen you go through crucible after crucible. They've seen you go through trial and tribulation after trial and tribulation. They've seen you go after tests. Bruh, they've seen you go through test after test and you are still kicking. You are still making it. You are still making progress and you are not giving up when it comes to your dreams or the life that you desire to live. We have 5 of Cups. I'm hearing they see the pain that you secretly hide. Okay, there's something here about they know you've gone through things and they love to see you get up and dust your shoulders off and keep it moving. I'm hearing dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again, try again. If at first you don't succeed, hey, you can dust it off and try again. That song, Aaliyah, Try Again. They see you dust it off and try again. There could also be something here about you always having cool hair. Because if we look at the cards, we see how every woman in the card has very cool colored hair. Move it so you can see it better. All the women have like either blue hair, maybe you have like a blue aura, and it kind of gives like cool, a little melancholic, a little calm like the sea, but also very deep. You could be like emotionally scary, okay? Or you could use your emotions as a weapon is what I'm hearing as well. That could be something coming through as well. Like you use your emotions as a weapon. How could that be explained? Like if you're sad, everyone around you has to like feel it. Or if you're upset, everyone around you has to experience it as well. It's kind of like you, not force, but people always know when you're feeling some kind of way. And sometimes I'm hearing it could be a little exhausting. You feel a lot. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But secretly they're thinking, oh my gosh, not again. When you come to them crying or upset about something. So maybe they see you as a little like volatile as well. Interesting. People are excuse the heck out of me for feeling emotions then. Like, excuse me. Okay. How do people secretly view my group 1s? We have the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Swords. They like how you speak up for yourself. There's something here about you always asking for what you want, okay? If you're confused about something, you get answers. If you don't like how someone is operating or acting, you walk away, okay? There's something here about you always traveling or never staying in one place for long with the 6 of Swords and the 8 of Cups coming out. These are both about moving away from something or walking away from something. Or maybe you give up too easily. Maybe you run from your problems. It's something that's coming through as well. I'm hearing you have a nice smile. Very, what do you call it? Messages coming through. Very all over the place messages coming through. Ace of Pentacles, there's something here about you always coming up with an idea. You're the kind of person who always has a good idea, right? And you always, like, you're kind of giving, how can I explain it? There's a specific, I'm hearing the cabbage guy from Avatar: The Last Airbender, how whenever they would go to a different city, he would always like pop up and they would always like end up messing up his cabbages, and you would always just hear, my cabbages! Kind of like the my leg guy from SpongeBob as well. But there's something here with that coming through, right? There's someone who is like from a TV show who was always trying different things and always moving from project to project and never staying in one thing for very long. And I forget what their name was called or what show it's from, but that kind of thing where one day you're owning a pizza shop, the next day you're going for your bachelor's, the next minute you want to do makeup, that kind of thing. You're always flipping and flopping from certain things, right? That kind of energy is coming through. Excuse me. We have all aboard witch. It's time to write a new chapter. And then here we have, if your life feels stale, explore some new scenery. So yeah, you're definitely always down for the scenic route. You're always down for a vacation. You're always down for a trip. Okay. You're also someone who's always looking for something, a new way to like heal yourself or experience life. People are secretly thinking about how you always just go for it, You don't really think twice. You don't overthink things. Okay? I'm hearing, I wish I could be like her. I want to be like her when I grow up, or that person when I grow up. I'm hearing you are an inspiration. You definitely, because the Ace of Pentacles is like planting a seed and it growing, and people are like, oh, I want to do that now too. Right? You giving people the courage or inspiration it needs to go after what they want because they've seen you do it time and time again. Starting over, hitting rock bottom, starting over, hitting rock bottom, right? Knight of Pentacles is someone's patience. They think about that you're very patient. With yourself is what I just heard. So yeah, it's giving how even if you're like a flawed individual or something, you always at least show up for yourself. Interesting. You definitely move on very easily. Maybe you're always hopping from, like I said, not even only job to job. Maybe you're always hopping from relationship to relationship because you're trying to find your true happiness, your true purpose. And if one person is not giving that to you or helping you find it, you're going to up and leave. And kudos to you, because as you should. Five of Cups is kind of giving me crybaby though. So some of you could definitely be crybabies. Let's see what else is coming through. What do people secretly think of my group ones? Please, Spirit, what do they secretly think of my group ones? You chase excitement. Adrenaline junkie. They love the way you dress. Yeah, you're definitely a risk. I'm hearing you're a flight risk. That's funny. You're a flight risk. People are always talking about how you like, yeah, that's what the Six of Swords and Eight of Cups is definitely saying. You hop from one thing to the next. You're not going to stick around for long. Interesting. Yeah, flight risk is the vibe that's coming through. People are rude. Like, what do y'all think about me? I fight. In case y'all ain't know. You're always taking risks. That's definitely something that's coming through strong and clear from a lot of these cards. We have anticipation. They're always waiting to see what you're going to do next, where you're going to go next. So for some of you, you could like be a personality on TV, on social media, whatever you want to call it, and people are always seeing what you're doing next. Like you're always getting up and packing and on to the next adventure. I'm pointing, it's not even there. You're always up and packing and on to the next adventure. You're always living your life to the fullest, right? You're making a little bit of money and you're like, you're doing what you need to be done. People can wonder how you make your money secret. Like, oh my gosh, how could she always afford these trips and to go here and to go there? She's always at a show, always at the beach, always on a tropical island somewhere, right? That's the kind of thing that's coming through. Always packing her bags, always have all these luggage, or always have all this luggage. Oh, this is funny. Let's see what else is coming through. You can be very entertaining or funny in general as well. They think you're very funny. Trickery. Oh my gosh. So for those of you who do make a lot of money and do a lot of things and post it on social media, people could be thinking you're turning tricks to get these things, right? That's the only way you can be a successful person in the world these days, right? You have to be scheming and scamming and turning tricks. That's kind of the vibe people are thinking secretly about, like, how can you afford this? Where you always going somewhere, like, that kind of thing is coming through. People are so funny. There could be like a lot of speculation about you as a person. And how do you get these things? Where do you buy your clothes? Like, stuff like that is coming through. People are quite funny, if you ask me. Because why is that any of your business? One more card, please, from this deck. How do people secretly view you? One more card, please. There's something here about your side profile, because all of these crows, there's a bunch of different crows in the deck, and all of these are like to the side. If y'all can see that, I'm sure you can, even from this angle here. And it's kind of reminding me of a TikTok that I saw like a few weeks ago of, like, I think his name is Brett. I know this man. Brett. Crap. Something Brett? No. Oh no. I know him. This is crazy that I'm blanking right now. But he's like, what's his name? This is so rude. Brett Rockman. There we go. I'm like, Spirit, don't do me like that. Brett Rockman was doing like a TikTok where he was like, I don't want to hear you at me or respond to me or say anything about me until you show me your side profile, right? Like, don't at me unless you got a fire side profile. Like, yeah, you could have like a beautiful face, but let me see your side profile. And then there was this one lady who was like, don't do me like that, Brett. Bretman, don't do me like that, Bretman. I think it's Bretman Rock. I think his name is not Brett Rockman. Sorry, close enough. Okay, Bretman Rock. She's like, don't do me like that. Like, I got a face card with my sides profile, ain't it? And then there was this one girl who actually had like a bomb face profile, and I was like, okay, let me see what I look like from the side. I never did, but she cute, I guess. Like, I don't care if you. If you believe it, you can achieve it, child. Maybe some y'all give a little bit of Lulu as well. If you can believe it, you can achieve it, child. That's it. That's your mindset. But that's kind of coming through your side profile, okay? That was funny. Okay. And look at how at the bottom that we have illusion. I've never gotten this card. But we have an illusion. So yeah, it's kind of like giving delusion, right? Seeing things that are not there. But the Lulu is the Salulu for you. And what? They're in your business. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords. Why aren't you resting? Because you're always traveling, you're always working. Maybe people say you work too much, you travel too much, you overexert yourself too much for the pursuit of like money and not even happiness, but financial stability. I mean, I guess the pursuit of happiness as well, because financial stability can sometimes equate to happiness, right? You're doing all these things and traveling all these places to find something. You're always constantly on the lookout for something, on the move for something. You can't ever stay in one place for long because you're looking for something. And that's something people talk about behind your back or in secret, right? Let's get some cards from this deck here. This is a very interesting topic because you never know what's going to come through. Good things, bad things, both. You never know what to expect. Is this intimacy? This card just want to stay coming out for everybody. It's for shame. We have sexual chemistry and reminiscing. People think you are very sexually attractive and they want to get, and then we have commitment. They want to get with you. As soon as I said, that's been happening all day today. As soon as I say it, they want to get with you. So secretly, they're thinking about what that mouth do, what that body do, what you do in the bedroom, that kind of thing, what you would be like in a relationship. If you could even commit to a relationship because you're always leaving. Maybe I've never seen you in a relationship. Maybe I've always seen you single and jet setting and traveling and working. And they're kind of like, I wonder what this person would be like in a relationship. I've never seen them in a relationship. And this is what people secretly think of you. Could be anybody in your life, friends, family, strangers on the internet. It doesn't really matter. Like, why are you still single? Why haven't you found someone, is what I just heard. But things are getting serious. People could find themselves talking a lot about your relationships if you do have some. I'm hearing blessed and highly favored as well. Could be coming through for you guys. We have give it time. Maybe you're a little impatient, but I don't think so, because we have the Knight of Pentacles, and that is a very patient card. So maybe you are a very patient, soothing soul. Because then we have the Four of Swords, and then we have the Six of Swords, which is all about healing, slowing down, taking things a day at a time. You're very good at that. Here we have vacation. What I was saying, you're always vacationing. You'll be traveling soon. Yup. Group 1 definitely will be. And then we have communicate, compromise, forgive, work it out. The fact that you're always willing to communicate and work things out is definitely something people talk about in secret behind your back as well. They either find it admirable or they don't. It's endearing or it's not. It just depends where they kind of fall. Because if they're obviously someone who's on your ish list, you're not going to be giving them the time of day. But they kind of want. This is what I'm getting for you guys. People secretly wish they had access to all of your information, all of your life, your day-to-day schedule, how you make your money, where do you go, who you're in a relationship with. People want to know all your business. This is what's definitely coming through here. They're secretly wondering how you got on that yacht. You know what I mean? How you making this money? How you always look so good? What you like in bed? How would you be in a connection? That's kind of what people are secretly thinking about you, honestly. Because this communicator is kind of giving me just asking a bunch of questions, rapid fire questions, and having you answer like unfiltered. Maybe you're not good at answering questions. You hate people being your business, and that's something to talk about as well. Secretly, people are also remembering what, SCX with you was like. So I'm hearing that Rihanna song, Sex with You So Amazing, And what did she say? I got the sauce. Negro, I'm saucy. A girl's always wet, so you never ever have to put lip gloss on it. She's like, when I'm in love, then I get nasty. That song is coming through. Sex with Me, Rihanna. But this is definitely giving that. When you're in a connection, they're secretly thinking about how nasty you get for other people here, for people who have been in a connection with you. Maybe on the surface, you don't really give much away, but they're like, wow, see how quick she flipped the switch? When she's alone and in a committed relationship, how she opens up. I'm done. I'm screaming, get out of here. Yuck. People are dirty. But that's what I'm getting for you guys. Being around you is kind of like taking a trip. Very good. Very peaceful. Very healing. And I think it's the way you kind of let things flow as well. Very interesting messages coming through for you guys. You're always taking risks. They're always anticipating, like I said, what you're doing next, what you're going to say next, where you're going next. People like seeing you live your life for whatever reason, whatever life. People like watching you do your job as well. You could like be an entertainer as well. People like seeing you overcome. People like seeing you win is what I'm getting as well. People may talk their issue about you, but people love seeing you win. People love seeing you come up. People love seeing you get your money. They love seeing you walk away from things that don't like serve you. They love seeing you curb that dusty on the street. Because you're definitely getting hot girl vibes from this spread here. You make money the right way, but some of them, like I said, they do think you're turning tricks, but you definitely make money the right way. Of course, some haters are going to be coming through in the reading. Typical. But there is something here about like you maybe always being like a little sad or forlorn, or them wondering who you open up to and who you tell your secrets to can be coming through as well. But I'm going to leave your reading right there. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me. Use my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you found your way here or you chose group 2, welcome. Today we're going to be getting into what do people secretly think about you. We're going to get right into the reading. What do people secretly think about my group 1s? I don't know what's going to come through. We're going to see what comes through, but let's get into it. What do people secretly think about my group 1s? Here we have Page of Swords. You're very smart. You're always reading something. You know a lot about a lot of things. And you love that people like how you initiate and educate yourself, okay? Whether it's you teaching yourself certain things or you going back to school and teaching yourself things, it doesn't really matter. The fact that you seek knowledge is very attractive, and that's what they're secretly thinking about you. They're also wondering what's going through your mind. You can seem like a very contemplative, in your head kind of person, and they want to know what's going on up there. I'm hearing a penny for your thoughts. I feel like some people would kill. It's like really like it would pay money to figure out what you're thinking all the time. Because you could look like you're always deep in thought. And they're like, what is she thinking about? Like, is she thinking about the problems of the universe, or is she thinking about what she should eat for dinner? You just never know, because you just have that kind of wistful a look on your face where you're lost in your thoughts, right? The next card we have here is Judgment. Came through for group 1 as well. There is something here about trials and tribulations, tests that you overcome. I mean, this particular reading is kind of giving book smarts instead of life smarts, like street smarts. You could have both, honestly, but so far we have book smarts coming through. So people are secretly thinking that you must have studied a lot. You must have, gone to a lot of schools to get that or obtain that kind of knowledge. You know what I mean? They're judging you based on how you show up in the world, which is giving Page of Swords, right? The Page of Swords is always asking questions, very inquisitive, who's always like, I'm hearing like a butterfly or a bee going from flower to flower, taking pollen. And one thing about, I believe, bees is they take pollen from every flower they went on and take it to another flower. So it's kind of like I think that's how they take, I think it's as simple as how we learned how flowers grow, because the insects carry seeds from when they eat the pollen from the plants. They carry the seeds with them and go and kind of place it down on another flower, and that's how like flowers grow and stuff like that. So maybe people think you're like bright and cherry and beautiful like a flower, I'm hearing like a warm sunny day, like a bright summer's day. I'm hearing midnight summer. That's a play that I read in, I think it was high school, or it's like Midnight Summer something, Eve, but it's like a Shakespeare play, right? And it's about like fairies and the forest and the kingdom, of course. I think it's like a Midsummer's Night Dream. So people think you're like a little bit of a dream. You're very fairy-like, fairy-esque. I would say very too good to be true. You look like a character out of a book. And it's funny how she's reading a book and you're looking like a character out of a book, right? That's coming through. Let's keep going. What do people secretly think about my group 2s? We have the world. Yeah, the world is your oyster, literally. You are someone who just dances. You dance to the beat of your own drum. You do whatever you want. Live life how you want it. Like, I'm not getting a rebel, though. I'm just getting someone who's, like, very carefree and light. It's not like they don't take the world seriously, but they are definitely the main character in their own story. And I love how the Page of Swords says curiosity is a type of magic. Your curiosity is magical. The way you ask people questions about themselves, the way you read things, and you are able to teach other people things based on the books you read, that kind of thing. You're always asking and learning and expanding your horizons. You're expanding your mental capacities, what I just heard. When you use big words, people they kind of wet their pants a little bit, because it's like, oh, that's sexy, right? Knowledge is power, but it's also sexy incredibly. Okay. Here we have Judgment. All the signs say that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. That could also be some people talking about, you're in your element. You are living the life you were always meant to live. You are truly living your purpose. You're in your purpose. Nothing else that you're doing with your life could ever make sense than what you're doing now. Whether it's studying, whether it's working, whether it's frolicking, whether it's traveling, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you're doing with your life right now, people can't imagine you doing anything else. You were born for this role. It's giving you have a destiny. You're following that destiny to a T, okay? I'm also hearing Ella Enchanted as well. So you could have been someone who overcame like people-pleasing tendencies, and people are proud of you for that. Because you're going to go far, kid, is what I'm hearing. You're going to go far. That song is coming through by Noah Khan. You're going to go far. And I believe this is a song where he's praising a girl for like going away to college. And he's kind of like, I love that out of everybody, you're the one in town that got away. And you're the one that's out there making a life for yourself. You're going to go far, okay? That's something coming through. So it's kind of like also giving me, if you've seen In the Heights, Mina, she's the one who got away. She's the one who went to college. She got the scholarship. She was the smartest girl in her block, all right? And everyone was always like cheering her on and counting on her. That's the kind of energy you're giving, right? The person who got out the hood is the best example I guess I can use for this, because a lot of them are coming through, okay? But you're the golden child, the pride of the family. You're the person who is fully living, like I said, in their purpose and in their truth. For my group twos, please, Spirit, what are people secretly thinking about them, please? What are people secretly thinking about my group twos? Wow. The cards keep flying out. You seem to have everything together. And I think if this could be said in like both resentment and awe, like who she thinks she is, she have everything together, da 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 da. Like it's kind of like you know when to eat, what time to eat, when to go to sleep, when to travel, when to buy the tickets for this flight to get it at the cheapest price, like stuff like that. You drink tea in the morning, you're very healthy, you work out, you wear the right clothes. It's kind of like you have everything together, is what I'm getting with the Temperance energy coming through. And the Temperance card says, let go of self-imposed limitations. Sorry, you can't even see. Let go of self-imposed limitations. That's something that you are learning and have learned. And then it just so happens that two cards fell from the deck, and I was going to get exactly two more cards. So we're just going to use these cards that fell out. And it's funny how you got literally all except one major arcana. So 5 out of 6. Maybe not. 3. I thought the Queen of Wands was a major arcana. But she always reminds me of the... Tell me they don't look alike. She always reminds me of the World. It's that same living in the moment, living your energy, living your truth vibe. People love you live your truth, because it says, yay, you did it, now do something to celebrate a job well done. So that's definitely confirming what I was getting about people wanting to congratulate you for doing a good job. But the Queen of Wands says, replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. And it's funny how we also have Temperance here, which says, let go of self-imposed limitations. I'm a walking man, no time to talk. That song is coming through. Staying alive, staying alive. So maybe the way you like stayed alive. That doesn't, that makes sense when I say it, but it's like not resonating the way I want it to. It's not like packing a punch the way it was meant to. Like you're always like, you seem lively, you seem happy, you seem healthy, that kind of thing. You always have like, you know, spots of roses on your cheeks. You always have a smile for everyone. You always have a kind word to say, a affirmation to give. That's what people are saying about you behind your back. You really are like a truly an inspiration, because then we have the star card here, which is absolutely that kind of energy. Keeping the hope and the faith alive, okay? The star card also gives me Aquarius energy, because it is Aquarius. Not it gives me Aquarius energy, it is Aquarius. And it's all about being weird. It's all about being your true self. It's all about being who you are and not really caring who's watching. I'm hearing the world is your stage. The world is your oyster, like it says up here. I think one of these cards said that. No, the world is your oyster. No, I'm out here making up stuff. That's crazy. I swear I saw that on a card. The world is your oyster. But that's coming through for you guys nonetheless. You know what you guys are giving? You guys are giving wistful heroine in a movie. She's the main character. She's walking, like exactly what she's doing here. She's outside looking up at the sky, holding on to herself. And that's like kind of like how movies end or begin or change scenes, where it's like just you and the universe kind of energy. It's no one else but you. You're in your own little world. It's kind of the vibe that's coming through. Now, that could be seen as a good thing or a bad thing, but your confidence is talked about, right? Your charisma is talked about. Your leadership is talked about. I'm also hearing your fashion sense. All of these women look gorgeous, especially the 10%. She's like, what are you wearing, sis? You look amazing. You look great. I'm not sure if I said this for you or was if it was group one, but this could be watched for about anyone or for anyone, right? It doesn't have to be just about people in general. It could be for family. It could be for whoever and whatever, okay? I can tell my way, you will not man, no mama man, no mama mama. I think that's the same song. I'm not even 100% sure. I'm getting a vision of a bunny, so maybe you're really adorable and people will set up behind closed doors. We have illusion. There's something here. People think you're fake, like you're putting on a front for the world, but I don't think that's true. Who you are in the world is who you are everywhere, in your house, on the beach. Would you like me in the sand? Would you like me in a band? Would you like me in the den? The same I am. Dr. Seuss is coming through. So maybe you're someone who like rhymes either in songs or just in general. You could be a good freestyler. I'm just sitting here like, really? Dr. Seuss? Okay. Don't take it. We have a risk coming through and trickery. Interesting. This came through for group one. So some of you could be watching both groups. Okay. So an illusion. Like I'm seeing a crow here looking at his reflection in the mirror and cawing. And the screen is like kind of breaking, but it's different scenery in the mirror. So maybe you see someone different than how everyone else sees you when you look at yourself in the mirror. You see an illusion of what you think people think you are. It's the vibe that's coming through. You could think people talk mess about you, that they don't like you, that kind of stuff. But I do believe maybe, I'm not saying you're misjudging the situation, because some people are not always the best. Some people are fake. Some people just don't like you, just not to like you. But I feel like there's a lot of people who like really respect you, and you don't give yourself like enough credit for that, for inspiring people essentially. Okay, now we have the risk card coming through, and I'm hearing no risk no gain. Like you are definitely someone who's taking all the big risks because you want the even bigger rewards. Yep. I completely just spaced out, but it's fine. It's been happening in one group or another over the past few weeks. I guess we'll deal with it. Here we have trickery. I don't know what this one is about, honestly. I will see something here about you being a trickster or something. I think. I'm not 100% sure with this one. But trickery is pretty straightforward. You do something to distract from something else, you can get what you want, right? And the only way to get what you want, I'm hearing Ursula from Little Mermaid. And the only way to get what you want is to become a mermaid like myself. It's like that intro that she tells to I'm gonna say Anna, no. That she tells to Ariel in the beginning of Poor Unfortunate Souls. She's like, the only way to get what you want is, so she says the only way to get what you want is to become a human yourself. So maybe people think that you're not human, that you're out of this world, that you're otherworldly kind of energy. Maybe you're an alien or something like that. You were kind of getting like fairy. She was a fairy. Let me stop. You were kind of like giving fairy or mer folk or whatever you want to call that. And in order to like get what you want, you have to become a human. Interesting. Maybe people see you as like a being from like another universe, and the only way for you to have gotten what you wanted in this lifetime was to become a human. So you kind of like came down. Interesting. I'm hearing Earth Angel vibes. You came down from the heavens to become a human, which is why people think that you're a trickster because you're not of this world. Here we have someone else. Yeah, that's crazy. Someone else. People think you're someone else, or maybe people think you, like I said, you put on a front or a fake or something like that. That you're really someone else. You pretend to be something else. That's very interesting. Like, not just how people fake. Square up. Okay. So it says someone is in the middle, someone is trying to sabotage this. Well, this is not a relationship reading, so that doesn't really count. We have confession. Interesting. For what they think about you in secret. People be chatting about y'all. Someone has to tell you something, or someone is talking about you behind your back. One or the other. Here we have Give It Time came through in group 1 as well, and then we have Honeymoon. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. No time to talk. Okay, people think you're quite the character as well. You attract a lot of attention naturally. I feel like it's either because you're beautiful, or you dress really well, or you just have like that kind of personality where you draw people in. This honeymoon, what they think about you secretly, I don't know. People want to take you out and spoil you, maybe. But the honeymoon, because it says honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. Maybe people want to invite you to their wedding. Maybe you have a specific talent that could be featured in a wedding. Or if you don't, people just think that you're like beautiful as a photographer. That's crazy. That just came through. Yo, that was weird. You could be a photographer. And people think you're beautiful as a photographer. They're like, why are you behind the camera? You should be in front of the camera. You're like, nah, I don't feel comfortable. So maybe people think that you have like some self-esteem issues because they never see you like flaunting your God-given beauty. You're always taking pictures for everyone else except for yourself. And people are like, well, why not? You know? Why not? Why not? Take a crazy chance. But yeah, there's something coming through about that, I feel like. Okay. Give it time. Everything in divine timing. Let things flow. Yeah, people have some things to tell you. Maybe they lied in the past, or they're just ready to come clean right now. I'm hearing Come Clean by Hilary Duff. That song is coming through. Maybe the divine timing or give it time is something that you already incorporate in your life, and they're like admiring you for it. Because I'm not really getting the vibe of anything else it could mean, you know? Yeah, I think that's all that I'm getting for you guys. I mean, to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, they'll be back. Oh boy. These cards, I tell you. They'll be back. Maybe you have like that person who you're like, you're digmatizing people and pewing people, and that they keep coming back to a boat for something. There's like something specific that's coming to, like, I think it was like a show or something where I forgot what I was gonna say. Come on, stop playing in my face. It was giving Timmy Turner's dad. Like, I don't think he was bald though, so why would he be wanting to go and buy a bunch of toupees? Was he bald under that? I don't think Timmy Turner's dad from Fairly Odd Parents is bald. Anyway, I don't even know where I was going with that, but it was some episode of that show that was like giving me the example. It was his dad and like Dinkelberg, the neighbor. Expect to hear from them soon. This could be a message coming in from your neighbor, like outside of the reading context. Time to tell. We have honeymoon phase attending someone's wedding and they'll be back. Very interesting energy. I'm trying to find a way to interpret the cards, but they're like pretty straightforward, but not in the way that makes it easy for me to explain, if you know what I mean. What do people say about you behind closed doors? What are people secretly thinking about my group twos? What are they secretly thinking? Maybe you have a lot of friends could be coming through because I'm trying to deduce honeymoon down to something that would make sense. So, for example, it's the honeymoon phase and attending someone's wedding. Maybe you're always attending a friend's wedding, and that's something people are always talking about as well. Behind closed doors, you're always the bridesmaid, but maybe never the bridesmaid. It could be something coming, but never the bride. Okay, I can go to hell because what you mean you clocking me for what? Okay, that's crazy. Maybe people are talking about how you and a connection that you're in. Maybe someone is watching you who you were in a relationship with, and they're the person that'll be back while they're watching you in your honeymoon phase right now. How cringy would that be? I don't like that at all. Because please. A lot of people like have crushes on you and want to get to know you on a deeper level. You always seem happy go lucky as well. Something that's coming through. I think that's it though. Like, yeah, someone else. You're in a honeymoon phase right now, and someone else is gonna be trying to come in and confess their feelings. And yo, don't do that. I don't like that. But it could happen. You can't, you can never say never. That's some people are talking about as well. They're talking about your love life. They're gossiping about that aspect if it's, very blatant and out there for everyone to see. If not, this could be friends who know the tea who was talking about that, or they're secretly thinking about you, like how she have two people and she have this person and that. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Very interesting cards. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave you reading right there though. There was something that wanted to come through, but it's not coming back out. People secretly think that you're definitely someone who's very tapped in and tuned into spirit, especially with this give it time, everything, in divine timing, let things flow. That is definitely a big thing coming through. You let things flow. You go with the vibes, the cues of the universe. If they say go left, you go left. If they say go right, and that's why things always seem to be unfolding perfectly for you. You know what I mean? That's coming through. So I'm gonna leave you reading right here though. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. As always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group threes. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 3 or however you got here, welcome. Get comfortable. We're going to be getting into what do people think about you secretly behind closed doors, okay? What are people secretly thinking about you? We're going to get into it. This could go any which way, honestly. So let's get right into it. For my group threes, please spirit, what do people think about them? We have 8 of Cups. What do people secretly think about my group threes? Please, spirit. Why are you flying out like that? We have the Empress. That when you walk away from things in your life, things tend to get better. So they should follow your lead, is what I'm hearing specifically. Too many at the same time. Broom, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Whenever you release things and let go and end things in your life, things just always seem to get better. So they're trying to follow your lead. Maybe you're someone who's very clean, someone who's very mothering, someone who's very nurturing, someone who would make the perfect mother is also something that's coming through for what they say secretly behind you, what they secretly behind your back, what they think of you secretly, okay? 8 of Cups is if your life feels stale, explore some new scenery. You're always looking for things that's more exciting. You do not stay where you are not welcome. You do not stay where there's no excitement. So if you're in a friendship, a connection, a school, a friend group, whatever, that is not stimulating you or making you better as a person, and it's not filling up all your cups, you're going to get up and leave. I'm hearing you have a bombastic side eye. Wow, that's crazy. I saw in my mind's eye an old, short, hobbled over woman who turned around and gave it illest look in my head. You could be someone who's always like, because the way she's like walking away, it's almost as if she had turned around and give me the stinkest look, and like her nose was like really big and she had like a boil on it. It was giving the evil queen from Snow White when we first meet her as the evil old woman, old and hunched over with that snarl on her face. Yeah, that's who I was seeing. That's perfect. Yeah. You could have like a really mean face or mean facial expressions. Maybe you have like extreme RBF and that makes people scared of you. So in secret, they're kind of like, why is she so mean? I'm hearing, she's so vain. I bet you think this song is about you. You're so vain. So you're so vain is coming through. Okay, this is a very interesting spread. I think that tends to happen when you are a very attractive person. You take care of yourself and you take pride in taking care of yourself. When you have like a RBF, people immediately think that you're a BITCH and you are just like, you could be the sweetest person ever, right? You could be feeding your baby and look at someone and you don't smile. They're like, oh my gosh, she's so mean, right? Secretly, they're thinking about these things. Interesting. You're also getting a little bit intense. And then we have the freaking Five of Swords. Yeah, someone who's very argumentative. Someone who can be like a little sharp, a little cutting with their words. Okay. Maybe you think you're the cutoff queen. You cut off friends and connections too quickly. There's no such thing. When you feel like you're done with a specific friend group, that's just life. We're done, okay? Here we have the Five of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. One more card. What do people secretly think about my group? Is this one more card? I know it ain't. I'll take, that wasn't one more card either. Okay, one more card, please, Spirit. Can I get one more card? What are people secretly thinking about my group threes, please, Spirit? My group threes. Just want one. I just heard heartthrob. You could be a little bit of a heartthrob. Thank you. One will do. And then we have the Three of Cups. You know how to have a good time. You know how to bring up the energy. That's something people are secretly thinking about you. I think people think a lot of good things about you, but they never tell you because they're kind of intimidated or scared to give you compliments. Or if you're someone who's like already like very attractive, people already think you hear these things all the time. But it's also not really a fact because if you're very attractive, people can be scared to walk up to you sometimes, So maybe you do need to hear these things. I'm hearing you're doing amazing, sweetie. You need to hear that as well. You don't get complimented enough for who you are, what you become, what you've done, what you've achieved, what you've let go of is a big thing. Oh my gosh. I just got smacked in the face with that message. It's what you let go of. You become like a lighter person in spirit and body because of all the things you've let go of. And now I'm kind of like tearing up and getting a headache, like right on my, like, where you pinch the upper part of your ear in between the furrowed eyebrows bit there, like a tension headache immediately came there. So maybe you're someone who like suffers from headaches or you have like a hard head or something like that. Maybe you suffer from headaches. I didn't say that already. Okay, let's put these over here and get into the reading. So Eight of Cups, if your life feels stale, explore some new scenery. You're always going on new adventures. So far, the Eight of Cups has shown up like 2 or 3 times, maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times. I don't remember. But it's definitely all about leaving what no longer works for you behind. Like when you know you deserve better, you're definitely leaving everything behind. And the Empress is definitely someone who knows she earns better. She deserves better. Okay, maybe you earn a lot of money in your job or career, which is why you're coming through as the Empress. Okay. The Empress says there is beauty to be found in every experience. So I'm hearing you make like the most mundane things look luxurious. Most mothers like best breastfeed. They don't make it look as luxurious as you do. Is what I'm hearing as well. That's like very, 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 very specific. You have nice curls. You have like a really nice auburn orange color in your hair. You have like a hue to your hair. People are very like, they get the small details with you. Like you pinching your, eyebrow bone, the highlights in your hair. When you're leaving, your side profile is coming through as well. That came through another reading. We have Broom, which is Scorpio, which is intense death kind of energy, right? Maybe you're also kind of scary in some kind of way. Dangerous is what I just heard as well. And like in these little jars here, she has her like potions and stuff. So people could see you with your potions and crystals and think that you're evil and want to stay away from you. Could be something coming through as well. But it says tidy up your life so you can make space for something better. Death and Eight of Cups coming together or coming on the same spread definitely tells me that you. I'm hearing go where the wind takes you. Okay. Trying to see if anything else comes through before I go to the next, slot. Five of Swords. You can't be right all of the time. Maybe you do think you're right all the time, or maybe people get frustrated because you are right most of the time at least. They kind of get a little annoyed that you're always right. I'm hearing you're not someone to be messed with. The way she is like looking so angry in this card here, ready to tap out a message. This card is funny. I don't know why they have her mouth pinched like that. Maybe you're someone who's like a little bit too prim, too proper, too like, I don't want to use the word, maybe Karen-y. Because it's funny how like I was just sitting here and I was seeing like me walking. I was hearing something about Marshalls. And I'm like, wait, why am I sitting here spacing out during the reading thing about Marshalls? And then when I come back and I'm like, you're giving Karen-y, I was remembering how yesterday after Pride, I went to Marshalls with one of my friends and we went inside to get that fresh air. Okay. And we were looking around. I was thinking about picking up a few things. And then there's this lady who starts screaming, "Where's the door? Where's the exit?" And we're like, huh? Like she's screaming mad loud, like, "Where the F is the door? Where the F is the door?" And I'm like, huh? So we come out the aisle, we're looking at headbands and stuff, and we come out the aisle and look at her, and she's cussing and screaming to find the door. Mind you, the door is right like a few feet away from her. And from where anyone was standing, you could have literally looked to the left and saw the door. Or the right it was. And I'm like, girl, you wasn't that short. Well, you could see the door was right there. You just want to make a scene. Like, girl. And that's kind of what I was getting. I'm like, why is Marshall's coming through? Because that incident that happened in Marshall's yesterday is coming through. So maybe you like cause a scene. Maybe you're like, kind of loud. You don't care who's around. You're blowing your top, okay? So maybe you are redheaded and you have like anger issues or something. Now I'm hearing if the carpet matched the drapes. Ha ha ha. No. That would be so funny if someone in secret is thinking about that, like if the carpets match the drapes. Yuck! Please stop undressing my group of threes. That's very dirty. We have the Two of Pentacles. There's something here about you able to balance like work, life, kids so beautifully. For whoever's watching group three, okay? We have different people watching different groups, different shows for different folks, right? So there's something here about you being able to juggle work and school and still come home and have like a beautiful time with your family. It's kind of like giving me the Nara Smith effect, actually, because she's always wearing these like Dior or like very fancy dresses, and she makes cooking for hours look cool and easy, and she makes having kids look so aesthetically pleasing, and people are always accusing her of like having a nanny and not even making her own food and whatever have you. And people are kind of like, she makes her own food, and what does it even matter? It's all content. Like, you should never let so many videos on YouTube like literally destroy your following, you know? And what am I even saying? Guys, I am losing it. Anyway, what? Okay. How she makes mothering look so easy, and people are always judging her and saying all these things. You should stop posting. You're what is it called? Feeding into the trad wife kind of thing where women have to do this and do that. You're just mad because she makes it look easy and makes it look perfect. And she says time and time again, she has no nanny. It's just her and Lucky. Okay? Even if she does, why are you worried about what she's doing? If she can afford a nanny, let her have one. If she can cook meals for hours on end, let her do that. And there was one girl who was so upset that she was pregnant again because 4 kids under this age and you're only 22 or 23. And people are like, if you have the money, you have the means, it's better to have kids early. Get it out the way so when they're grown, you're also still young enough to travel the world and, be able to have your man and y'all both young and still single kind of energy. And people are so mad because she's living this perfect life or perfect as we can see it through social media life that they can't seem to obtain. And now all of a sudden she's the bad guy in the picture. But she seems like she can do anything. Okay? That's just the vibe that's coming through here. A very good mother. Or mother figure to certain people. Now we have the broom clarified by the 3 of Cups. There is something here about you knowing how to have a good time, but also be business as usual, like a day or a few hours later. So you could be out like having drinks, getting not ragged, let me not use that word. Getting crunk with your friends, right? And then you're able to be prim and proper in the next second. I'm hearing high society, so maybe you guys come from high society. Because you're not supposed to be caught saying certain things, dancing with certain people. A little back in the day, that kind of thing where everybody was like segregated, and if you were together, it would be like a problem. And I was hearing something very specific in my mind, and for this card, when I was staring at it, I was hearing like, how can I describe it? I was hearing like send the car for this lady who's sweeping stuff out. They think this is like they like call the police for her, come get her, apprehend her, but not knowing that she's not stressed because her fortress is in the sky. If we look out there, we always just see straight like sky. We don't see any clouds. We don't not clouds. We don't see any chairs. We don't see any entrances, no exits. And it's kind of like she's like, try to come and get me. I'm too far above you. You can't even reach me. You know what I mean? Like my house is technically on the ground, but I'm so far off in the clouds you couldn't even reach if you wanted to. So maybe you kind of give like uppity, holier than thou. You think you're better than everyone energy. But 3 of Cups, you can hold your own. You can drink people under the table. You know how to have a good time, okay? And it says, come together with your friends. Is that what it says? Your coven. What are people secretly thinking about my group 3s? That you know how to have a good time and let loose. Yes. Group 3s. I'm using the wrong deck. I'm so sorry. I'm supposed to be using the Crow Oracle. What are people secretly thinking about my group 3s? I'm hearing you're spoiled, but all of these flowy, pretty, frilly dresses are definitely giving me girly girly. So people are talking about how you're a girly girl, how you love clothes, dressing up, stuff like that. Group 3, please spirit. What do people secretly think about them? I be thinking the weirdest things. Why did I just hear next time feed her to the dolphins? So I was looking at this card here about the 2 of Pentacles, and I'm like, what does this have to do with anything? And I remembered how in the card there's a seal standing behind her, waiting to like. I think this like is like a selkie. It's a sand dollar, and this lady's like part selkie, and that means she's part dolphin, part woman. And it's kind of like this dolphin's in the water waiting for her to turn back into a dolphin, but she's left him there. What's that going with that? We have a sand dollar. We have that, and she left him there trying to walk away. And he's kind of like, get back here right now. I'm not finished with you. But suckers are also known to be very beautiful, romantic, voluptuous women as well. Okay? People who kind of get you in a trance that you love to see and talk to and be around. They can be a little lyrical or musical as well. When life gets chaotic, find a way to get grounded and balanced. You know how to juggle responsibilities really well. I'm so mad that I keep thinking of things and losing it. Like, that's so rude. But here we have waterproof. Things slide off your back quite easily. Things don't affect you as much as people would like, okay? Here we have a warning. You're a little scary. And then here we have distraction. You are quite scary, I would say, with this warning. Because things like slide right off of you. You could get like a lot of hate comments or stuff like that. And you're just like, whatever, it's another day at the office kind of energy. And then we have this warning card here. So people do know they hear alarm bells maybe whenever they get close to you or something. For whatever reason. And then we have distraction. Some of you go with a very don't come near me, stay away, danger kind of vibe. And that's what people talk about as well, secretly, or what they think, that things don't really bother you the way it bothers other people. You are definitely giving I will beat you up, don't get crazy with me energy as well. There could be something about your looks that's very distracting. About the way you talk or the way you move, because this dog is very transfixed by this bird up here, and all while this next bird is eating the dog's food, so it's distracting them. So you could be very distractingly pretty or smart or literate or something like that is coming through. And around this bird here, we have like a warning. I'm hearing that song by Hunter Hayes. I'm going to wish I had a storm warning. I'm going to wish I had a sign. I'm going to wish I had a little heads up, a little leeway, a little more time, some kind of radar system wrapped in our love. So basically, he's calling the girl a hurricane, okay? And he's like, I wish I had a storm warning before they came blowing through my life. And that's kind of the vibe coming through for you guys as well. And when you're in the middle of the storm, the water slides right off of you. When this person is in the middle of the storm, it's kind of like they can't look anywhere else but you. It's kind of like a disaster that's happening in front of your eyes. You can't look away. Well, dang, excuse me. Some of you could have cute little doggies. There's beauty to be found in every experience. I love that, honestly. People chat about how you bring new experience from things you've been through. So it's giving like wisdom. Okay, let's get some cards on this last deck here before I close out your reading. What do people secretly think of my group? Please, Spirit. Secretly. Nothing bothers you. Nothing makes a dent in your armor. It's kind of like sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. You're never ruffled by anything. Too many. Okay, fine. Here we have divorce. Interesting. This is giving me Queen of Swords energy. So no nonsense, a little strict. Not very easy on everyone. It's kind of like giving dictator kind of energy. Here we have pets. And it's funny how I was talking about dogs and stuff here. You guys could have pets, or you're known for having pets. And here we have challenges. Make a decision, work on inner healing. So that can be something coming through as well. You work on inner healing. Getting a new pet, giving a current pet more love. Maybe you're someone who's very lovey-dovey with your pets. I remember in another reading I was mentioning that girl, I think it's like Rain or something like that. The Pit, Rain the Storm, Rain the Pit, whatever. And it's like she pampers her dog so freaking crazily, and that could be something you do as well. And people are always talking about that. That's funny how you spoil them dogs. Okay, but there is also something here about overcoming challenges because we have the Judgment card. I'm pretty sure, right? No, not for you. Interesting. I thought we did. No. But we have, well, it's coming through either way. We have overcoming challenges and how you're working on inner healing. You have divorce, experience, a breakup. Group 1, 2, and 3 are kind of bleeding all together, so I'm not sure which group I said people are like obsessed with your relationship status. That could be this group as well, or, that's kind of coming through for you guys. Maybe some of you are married and people are like preying on your downfall of your marriage. That's so ghetto. I don't like this reading. I don't know why I chose this topic, but hey, we already did it. So there's nothing I can do to change it now. Or if you've gone through a divorce or breakup, people are definitely chatting about it, behind your back secretly. How rude. That could be confirmation for you. Okay, I'm gonna leave you reading here. I'm getting distracted now. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe we love to have. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you're also really emotional. You care about people a lot. It's coming through. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.